Hey, good morning, girls. It's Tuesday. Good to see everybody and good to be seen, right? But I thank the Lord for life every morning. And He wakes me up with a song so many times, and I just love it. But and sometimes He puts things on our heart that isn't always for us. Maybe for somebody else. And He put something on my heart the other day about swelling and Bowden and all that. Bowden Road is where I live, but anyway, he just started giving me all these thoughts, and I think a lot of it was for me, but then something came up, and it was an answer. I believe it was a thought, maybe not an answer, but it was a thought for someone else. That I care about, and I was able to relay that thought that the Lord had put inside of me to this girl, and. So anyway, things that God shows us isn't always for us. It's always, a lot of times it's to pass it on, right? So I got a funny for you today. For some reason, I woke up this morning. Yesterday was about swelling and Bowden and all this stuff, which was a good thing, actually, because the swell means coming up higher. But anyway, this morning I woke up with a thought of bracks and hicks. And it's been 50-something years since I've been pregnant, but I always thought bracks and hicks was two different words, and it to me was like hiccups, So I said, okay, Lord, why am I thinking about this? So I looked it up, and it's Braxton, Braxton, Hicks. And it's named after a man whose name was Braxton Hicks. Isn't that funny? I'm thinking it's Braxton Hicks. Whatever. I can be funny. But anyway, so I'm like, what does this mean? So I looked it up, and it's a practice. Before the woman goes into labor, she gets these Braxton Hicks, but they're false labor. They feel like labor, but they're not. And so I'm like, okay, Lord, what does that mean? Well, during the Braxton Hicks, it's a preparation of the uterus, for the delivery, right? For the real labor. And it says the oxygen-rich blood up to the fetus. So it's a preparation for when the real labor comes in the delivery and for birth. And so I thought about, a lot of times we get thoughts and they're just Braxton Hicks because they're, we think about them, but we don't really know where we're going with those thoughts and stuff. But ultimately, if they become the real labor is when when the pain becomes quicker and more intense and more intense. Braxton Hicks, they just temporary. And, the pain comes, but it doesn't get worse and worse and worse. And the pains don't get closer together and closer together. And that's how you know the difference. But when real labor comes, it keeps getting stronger and stronger and closer until the real birth. So, sometimes when we get an idea, we are on a regular basis birthing different things. We're birthing an idea, we're birthing maybe a new job, we're birthing a new thought, we're doing a new job, a new profession. Sometime during our life we're going to a different level, a different time, and it's like a new birth. And so that's how we know when it's God, I think, is when that thought just won't go away and it just gets stronger. And then God just keeps downloading even more things concerning that thought and that idea until He actually births it inside of you, and it becomes a reality, whether it becomes a book or a song, that you write, or, just a thought, an idea that explodes into, something that actually, an artistic thing, or like I said, it's something on your job, or, it could be some kind of a profession that you're supposed to do, some sort of, like I'm supposed to do vacation Bible school, because I've been thinking about it, so that's, when it just gets stronger and stronger, I feel like that's God. So I got another thought, and it's my final thought, and this is, I went to my, my Jesus Calling book, And it took me to Psalm 63. And so Psalm 63, but I started with looking at Psalm 62, and I think it was 12. It says, all the love you need is found in me. Isn't that cool? And so anyway, so 63, it talks about King David, and he was in the wilderness. And I thought about, this is funny, because this is the song that's, the Psalm of David. It says, oh God of my life, I'm lovesick for you in this weary wilderness. I thirst with the deepest longings to love you more and more, with cravings in my heart that can't be described. Such yearning grips my soul for you, my God. And there are many times when God lays us down or puts us in a wilderness time, and sometimes we panic. I'm guilty, and so we try to call somebody, we try to figure it out, and then I thought about, that Tom Hanks movie, Castaway, and, when he was in the he was really in the wilderness, but what did he do? And I'm not trying to be judgmental, but what did he do? He took was it a soccer ball, I think, and he made a man out of it, and he called it Wilson. And so it's sort of an idol. Where in the movie did it say he turned to God, or I don't know, maybe he did. I don't remember that part, any part in that movie that he did. And so, he wants us to come to the wilderness many times, and just lay us down and just come to him. And when we do, and even, 10 minutes in the morning, maybe a quick wilderness, a little wilderness time, So when we get in the morning, we get quiet and we get, there's no one else around, we can clear our minds and say, oh, God of my life, I'm lovesick for you in this weary wilderness. I thirst with the deepest longings to love you more, with cravings in my heart that can't be described. Such yearning grips my soul for you, my God. Isn't that cool? So I love you guys, and Jesus loves you so much more. Y'all have a great Tuesday. Bye.